Henry VIII, King of England, is a name etched in history. Ascending the throne in 1509, Henry VIII inherited a stable and prosperous kingdom. His reign saw England break from the Catholic Church, a move with long-lasting religious and political consequences. This period, known as the English Reformation, transformed the religious landscape of England. Henry's desire for a male heir to secure the Tudor dynasty led him to marry 6 times. This quest for a male heir also led him to acts of great cruelty and tyranny. He broke with the Catholic Church, executed those who stood in his way, and plunged England into religious turmoil. While often remembered for his 6 wives, Henry VIII was a complex figure. He could be charming and ruthless, a patron of the arts and a tyrant. His reign left an undeniable mark on England, shaping its future for centuries to come. No tale of King Henry VIII is complete without the story of his 6 wives. Catherine of Aragon, Henry's first wife, was a Spanish princess. Their marriage crumbled under the pressure of producing a male heir. Henry's infatuation with Anne Boleyn led him to seek an annulment from Catherine. Anne Boleyn, Henry's second wife, became a symbol of the English Reformation. However, her failure to produce a male heir sealed her fate, and she was executed in 1536. Jane Seymour, Henry's third wife, finally gave him the male heir he craved, Edward VI, but died shortly after childbirth. Anne of Cleves, Henry's fourth wife, was a political match, but the marriage was short-lived and unconsummated. Catherine Howard, Henry's fifth wife, was young and inexperienced, accused of adultery and executed in 1542. Catherine Parr, Henry's sixth and final wife, outlived the king and played a crucial role in reconciling Henry with his daughters, Mary and Elizabeth. These women, thrust into the center of Tudor politics, faced varying fates. Their stories reveal much about the king's character and the brutal realities of power. Henry VIII's pursuit of his desires often led him down a dark path, marked by executions and accusations of treason. His break from the Catholic Church was achieved through bloodshed and persecution. The execution of Sir Thomas More, a close friend and advisor to Henry, shocked many. More, a devout Catholic, refused to condone Henry's claim to be the supreme head of the Church of England and was beheaded in 1535. The Pilgrimage of Grace, a popular uprising in northern England, was a direct response to Henry's religious reforms. Henry brutally suppressed the rebellion, executing its leaders. Religious persecution became commonplace during Henry's reign. Those who opposed his religious views faced accusations of heresy, and many were burned at the stake. Henry's paranoia and thirst for absolute power led to the executions of many former allies and advisors. Henry VIII was a master manipulator, using political maneuvering to consolidate his power and eliminate his enemies. The Act of Supremacy, passed in 1534, declared Henry the supreme head of the Church of England, severing ties with the Pope. To secure his position and raise funds, Henry dissolved the monasteries, seizing their lands and riches. The move made Henry incredibly wealthy, but also had a profound impact on English society. Henry's foreign policy was equally cunning, playing France and Spain against each other to increase England's influence. Throughout his reign, Henry relied on a small circle of trusted advisors. These men, often ambitious and ruthless themselves, helped him implement his policies and eliminate his opponents. Their influence on the king and his court was significant. Henry's political schemes were as ruthless as his personal ones. Henry VIII's reign, though marked by significant achievements, came at a heavy price. The religious turmoil he unleashed would plague the country for generations. The English Reformation led to religious persecution and instability. The dissolution of the monasteries had a profound impact on English society, leading to the destruction of countless works of art and literature. Henry's constant wars and lavish spending drained the royal treasury. The economic burden of his reign would be felt by the English people for years to come. Perhaps the most tragic consequence of Henry's reign was the uncertainty he left behind. His young son, Edward VI, inherited the throne, but his reign was short-lived. The succession remained a point of contention, leading to further turmoil and instability. Henry VIII remains one of the most controversial figures in English history. He was a king of contradictions, capable of great cruelty and moments of genuine piety. His legacy is complex and multifaceted, a mixture of tyranny and achievement. He is remembered for his 6 wives, his break from the Catholic Church and his ruthless pursuit of power. His reign was a period of immense change, marking the end of the medieval world and the dawn of the English Renaissance. Despite his flaws, Henry VIII was a king who left an indelible mark on England. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe.